And if you don't talk, nice Infinity Gauntlet, you won't pop up anyway, so it'll be A-OK, which most of you don't talk when I lecture. So here we have an icon. This is Jesus Christ. Now, you'll notice around his head, he has this circle. We call that a what? What is this circle represented in art? Who knows? Who can type it in the chat? Jacob has typed it in the chat. I feel bad because Aiden was about to raise. Let's just have Aiden raise his hand and say it anyways, because Aiden, I miss him.
Halo.
Bravissimo, sir. You got this cool, like, supervillain kind of vibe going on because, like, I can only see your shadow. I think it's kind of cool. I wish I could go with something like that. Love it. He's got a halo around his head. Now, I know some of you right now are thinking, Mr. Kenny, halos are there's gold things around angels' heads and, like, they go from the top and then circle. No, this is, you know, what the artist did to represent that sort of thing. This halo, and it represents heaven, represents holiness. Now, typically when you see Jesus in Byzantine art, he'll have like a really awesome halo with like gold, or he's got the cross like behind him, and other people just have like little circles. Good job. Anyways, icons are going to be used by Christians all over the world, but a lot in Eastern Orthodox faith. And the idea was they were supposed to aid in worship, that looking at this image, that you could more easily focus and pray. However, some people said, you are going and using an image? That breaks the first commandment, that thou shalt have no other gods besides God, and that you shouldn't have any idols. And then if you're looking at that, then you're going and worshiping that instead of God, meaning that you're making that elevated to the same level, and then it's a terrible disaster. And thank you, by the way, for all of you guys who are writing or typing. So good job taking notes. That is muy importante. I'm so proud of you. All right. Man, now that these are filmed, people can look back and see how weird I am. Oh, I got some laughs. Hooray. And he's like, now I can tell my parents you really are a weirdo. All right. And so what's going to happen? Now, this is going to get super, super, super confusing, okay? Because there are going to be a lot of Leos in this story. In fact, there are going to be two different Leo the Thirds, okay? So just bear with me. I know it's confusing. In the grand scheme, it doesn't matter which Leo it was, or even if the guy's name was Bob instead. There will be 2, 3 Leo the Thirds. There's going to be a Leo the Ninth. There's a lot of Leos. But anyways, because they're getting flack, because they were worried about people worshiping the icons, Emperor Leo the Third, because there's going to be a Pope Leo, there's going to be Emperor Leos. Emperor Leo III, emperor of the Byzantine Empire, is going to say, icons are done. No using icons. Icons are idol worship. Now, this led to the most fun vocabulary word you guys have, the iconoclasm. Now, an iconoclasm is that favorite part of the song, which we forgot to sing. How did no one remind me? Goodness gracious. We'll sing it near the end. Is when you smash icons. So you got, like, look at the word. So you get icono, so icon, and then clasm, smash, destruction. And basically the idea was, I cannot trust Celine to have this icon because she might just start worshiping it. She might not realize she's doing it, but she's going to start worshiping it. So let's just burn it. Let's break it. Let's smash it. Let's hit it with hammers. And here, of course, we can see some other examples of halos. And look, Theodora becomes a saint afterwards. They forget about her whole, like, actress past. Hooray. Now, here's the thing, though. Remember, we had 2 different people saying they were in charge of all Christians. Because, yes, when Emperor Leo III says, no more icons, smash them, he was saying that with the authority of the Patriarch of Constantinople. He was saying that with the authority of saying he's in charge of all Christians. So there were lands that the Byzantines controlled that Roman Catholics lived in. And the Byzantines came in and started smashing the icons. And the Pope said, hey, wait a minute. You do not have the authority to say anything to do with the church. I am the authority in the church. I am the vicar of Christ. This is the Pope speaking, not me, Colin Kenny. I'm not, definitely not. But that I am the person who gets to say these things. So the emperor says, forget you, dude. You are nothing. I am important. This is my empire. Goodbye. And basically, the people sided with the emperor. That is, the people that were in the Byzantine Empire. The people in the West are going to say, this guy is cray cray. Of course, we listen to the Pope. And this is going to be one of those deep seated things that are going to wind up going and making it so tomorrow we can finally have the poo poo hit the fan. I know you are so excited to see that gigantic mess of yucky brown when the poo poo hits the fan. It's happening tomorrow. We just got to get there. We got to get ready for it. So the Byzantine emperor says, Pope, you are nobody. I'm a somebody. I get to say what I want. And this is the result. Icons were taken like this that were gold, melted down. Icons like this, these statues. It's actually a really sad thing because this is going to be the destruction of a lot of beautiful, priceless, irreplaceable pieces of art. We typically would be going to the Walters Art Gallery, but alas, we can't have field trips. Now, hopefully in the spring, we'll be able to go to the Walters Art Gallery. The Walters Art Gallery actually is open, so your parents can take you. And if you go to the Byzantine art section, yeah, exactly, and their faces are gone. What happened was Mia took a ladder, took a hammer, and smashed off the faces of these. And you will see art that has the faces smashed off. And it's really, really sad because, art is something beautiful, something to be admired, and alas, it's destroyed. Yes, Mia, my dear.
If we won't be able to go to the field trip, will we have it virtual?